Please welcome to the stage Rory Scholl.
Thank you. Okay. What the hell? Oh, okay. I was being attacked. Thought someone else fainted. All right, good. People with kids crack me up because they think since I don't have any that I can do whatever I want and not care about the future, which is quite the opposite. I do care about the future of this world, and that's why I don't have kids. Because if being a Santa Claus for the past 10 years has taught me anything, it's that kids are idiots. All right? It's true. You were an idiot kid. I was an idiot kid. They're loud and they're selfish, and at no time is this more apparent than around the holidays. Now, I always get a little more extra depressed around Christmas because it's a family thing. I don't really talk to my family, and the past couple of years, the alcoholic I was dating kind of sucked the Christmas cheer out of the room. I never knew if I was coming home to find her drunk under the Christmas tree or hanging herself by the chimney with care. But she didn't. But it is a good time to make some extra money with some odd gigs, and every year I find a few of those, which is great. In fact, 2 days ago I was dressed as an elf hiding in a forest in Prospect Park. So I got paid. Last summer I was at the Columbus Zoo for Christmas in July, and one year I was also dressed as Santa, and I did webcam chats with kids. Calm down. That's not the beginning of a Law and Order SVU. Okay. I could chat with kids and they could tell Santa what they wanted for Christmas, and the parents could fill out a form and would have Santa say things that they were proud of about their kids and things they need to work on. And after I did about 40 of those, I wept for the future. I had to say things like, "Oh, Timmy, I'm so proud of the way you watch YouTube. How do you do it? Oh, little Susie, do you think you could do a favor for Santa? Could you start pooping in the toilet and not the kitchen table? All right, you're 7. Could you do that for Santa?" Oh, yes. But all of those gigs were a dream compared to the Grinch of last year. So December 13th, I get an email from somebody who hired someone I knew that hired me to do a Santa Claus and and wanted me to do a walk-around character at a Christmas party for a Facebook bigwig up in New Jersey. And, I said, "What character?" And it was the character I was born to play, the mayor of Whoville. Yes! Finally, my big break. And so I said, sure. And an hour later, they emailed me the contract. And this was one of the most aggressive contracts I've ever gotten for mascot work or anything, really. It started out saying that if you were 1 minute late, you would be docked pay, and you must stay in character and do what the client says. And you cannot badmouth the production company on social media, which that should have been a red flag right there. And I don't see those. And then finally it was like, if you do not do what we say, we will blackball you from all event companies in New York City. So it was just an awful, awful contract. So of course I signed it and sent it in. And they told me where to go. I had to go meet the director of the event at his apartment in Secaucus, and he would drive us the rest of the way to the party. So I'm on the bus, and I'm going through the videos of the original cartoon of the Grinch, boning up on I want to be the best mayor of Whoville I could be. And I get there, and I walk in the lobby of the apartment, and the big Russian dude's there, and he comes up to me, he goes, "Are you Rory?" I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "Thanks for doing this." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, I'm very excited about this." I said, "Where's the Grinch?" And like on cue, the bathroom in the lobby opens up, and this really tall, spindly man dressed as the Grinch comes out and walks up to me, and his costume was awful. It was awful. He had green sweatpants and green sneakers and a green t-shirt, and a janky old Santa coat and hat, and a Grinch mask that looked like it was from Chinatown. And he painted his ears and his neck green, and he stuck his hand out, and he's like, "Nice to meet ya." And I went to shake, and he took it back and goes, "Too slow. Oh yeah, Grinch." And I knew I had made a huge mistake. And he just kept going on, and I was like, where's my costume? And the Russian director said, you're wearing it. And I was like, I brought a suit. That's all I brought. How are people going to know I'm the mayor of Whoville? I don't have a whiskers or any mask or a wig. No costume. He said, we'll figure it out on the way. And then I asked the Grinch, I said, so how did you get suckered into this gig? And he goes, gig, I'm the Grinch. Ah! I was like, oh, no. He said, when I'm in character, I never get out of character. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So he was doing the Jim Carrey version of the Grinch. So we're walking to the car, and I'm thinking of ways to kill myself. And we get in, and he rides shotgun. I sit in the back. And true to his word, he did not break character. The whole ride. The whole hour ride. Just kept going, oh, New Jersey, oh, the Who's celebrating Christmas, not on my watch. Oh, yeah. Then he started doing other Jim Carrey things. He's like, somebody stop me. I was like, I wish I could, you know. So we pull into a CVS. The director gets out. He comes back in with a tree skirt, and he says, this is your sash. And I was like, oh, great. This is a professional gig, if ever I saw one. Sash! And so we start driving. We finally make it to the house, and this house is beautiful. It's in New Jersey. It's beautiful. A big house. They have valet parkers outside. They have people helping people to the front door. Champagne's being passed out, a bunch of lights, and this is just in the front yard. So once we get inside, the place is immaculate. There's 4 bars. There's a pool. There's 2 dance floors. There's a lobster bar. I've never seen a lobster bar. It's just people shucking lobster. Do you shuck lobsters? Anyway, they had a lobster bar. Everything looked like it was $1 million except us. So we meet the client, and we go down into the basement, and we meet our third walk-around character, and it's the girl playing Cindy Lou Who. Now, Cindy Lou Who in the cartoon and the book and everything really is a little tot, just a little tiny thing. This was the tallest 10-year-old girl I had ever seen. She was taller than I was. And she was in a cocktail dress that was too short, and she had pigtails. So here I was in the basement of a house in New Jersey with a guy dressed as a Grinch, a 10-year-old girl in a dress that was too short, and a Russian director. I don't know how snuff films start, but this seemed like a good one. So we go upstairs, the party starts, and right before we go on, part of the fun of doing an immersive character is walking around. If you've ever been to a party where characters are there, they stop and you do a little improv, they do scenes from whatever movie they're doing, and you move on, and it adds an extra layer. And I was looking forward to that part. So I said, Cindy Lou, are you excited to do some improv? And she looked at me with dead eyes and said, no one should be alone on Christmas. Great. So she nailed that one line that she got from the movie. So we disperse, and we're walking around, and I'm trying to interact with people, trying to do something with the Grinch. And, you know, people are asking me what I am. They're like, well, are you a gift box? Are you Miss America? I'm like, why, I'm the mayor of Whoville, of course. They're like, of course? So I was like, all right, please roll with it, please. And we'd stop occasionally, and I tried to do something with the Grinch. He was like, oh, somebody stop me. And he'd run off. I was like, I'd stop by a tree, and Cindy Lou would walk up to me. I was like, well, Cindy Lou, I'm the mayor of Whoville. You can see this tree is not decorated. How would you decorate this to make Christmas even better? And she said, no one should be alone on Christmas. Great, Cindy Lou. All right, so about an hour of this, we keep doing this over and over again. And the Russian director calls me over. He wasn't allowed in the party because he was dressed in like jeans and a torn T-shirt. And so his head would pop out of the basement steps every once in a while. And I could hear him whistle to me. And I'd come over, and he's like, go, dance, interact, dance. I don't know why I do his accent sometimes, and then sometimes I don't. That was awful. Awful. He said, go, dance, interact. I was like, oh, okay. So I would go, and I'd try to dance and talk to people. And then a series of events kept happening. He'd call me over, tell me to do something. I'd go to a group, the Grinch, somebody stop me, Cindy Lou, no one should be alone on Christmas. And that just kept repeating over and over again until I was so fucking fed up. I was like, this is it. This is embarrassing. These people don't even want us there. We had interacted with all 300 people. There was nothing else to do, and we still had an hour left. People were actively avoiding us. If we came by them, they would turn their back, pretend they were on the phone. One woman dropped her purse in the pool on purpose, I'm pretty sure, just because she saw us making a beeline for her. And so I was like, well, screw this. This last hour, I'm done. The mayor is about to get sloppy. So I took my sash off. Boom, I'm in a suit. I'm just like one of them. So I start drinking and I start dancing and eating and I'm getting groped. I don't know how that happened. And we're running all around. I'm running around the place and it's great. And in an hour's time, I'm pretty lit. But the Russian guy, he says nothing, absolutely nothing, because he had left. And so did Cindy Lou Who and her mom, who was there. So it was just me and the Grinch. And I was like, I'm done. He's like, no, we still have 30 minutes. Yeah, somebody stop. I was like, I'm stopping you. Right now, we're done. I'm done with this gig. This is awful. I doubt we're ever going to see money from this thing. And so we go up to the hostess, and luckily she was just drunk enough to say, you guys did great. I was like, okay. She got us an Uber ride to the train station because I had no idea where we were because I wasn't paying attention on the ride. I was just thinking, could I survive if I barrel rolled out of the back seat onto the New Jersey Turnpike? So we go to the train station and we go inside and he's still dressed as the Grinch and I order a beer and ask him if he wants one, and he shakes his head, and then I start complaining about the gig. I'm like, that's ridiculous. We're not going to get reimbursed for the train thing. These gigs always happen to me. What a waste of time. And he said to me, for the first time in his own voice, I liked it. I was like, what? And then he went to the bathroom to take his makeup and his mask and everything off. And I was like, what did he like about that? Is this just a performer that's like down on his luck, or he just needs attention? So I'm sitting there scratching my head thinking and then when he comes out of the bathroom, his mask is off, his makeup's gone, his hat is off, and I realized this is not a man I was working with. This is a kid. This was like no more than, 16, 17 years old. And he sits down and he says, I liked the gig. I don't have many friends, and this is a lot of fun to meet people, and I can take the extra cash home to my parents for the holidays. And I signed up to do a few more because I really liked it. And I was like, oh, I didn't know what to feel. I was like, yeah, I guess it was good. What am I complaining about? Free lobster, And then something happened. My heart, like my prostate one day, grew 3 times its size. And so on the train ride home, we were talking and laughing. I was telling him about other gigs he could do, and I gave him some information about other agencies of places he could work at and make some more money. And he eventually fell asleep, and I just looked at him. He still had some green paint on his earlobes. This kid here who was just there to make people laugh and make a little extra cash to bring home to his folks for the holidays. And for the first time in many a Christmas, I didn't think the future looked that bad. Thank you.